Alright. Hopefully this is it's working. Cool. So, we are back now with episode 3. On this episode, I will hopefully do a bit of a better job explaining what's going on, because I did a good job on episode 2, and then I decided to record a new video, so that's no longer a thing. This is a channel where I'm going to take a journey. As I mentioned in episode 0, I'm going to be getting on a plane August 11th, and I will be traveling the world, or particularly a little bit of Europe, and then Southeast Asia, and then depending on what happens after that, we'll see what happens after that. The purpose of this trip is multifaceted, but I guess the easiest way to say it in just this little brief amount of time is the goal is to find just sort of my place, just like sort of where is like the best spot for me, especially with how everything's going on right now in the United States. I just feel like it's a great time to sort of figure out what's the best place for me on this earth as a whole. That's going to come with a lot of challenges. It's going to come with a lot of sort of moments that I'm not even sure I'm aware of yet, but I'm excited for it. I'm really, really ready to go on this journey, and I'm really excited to sort of see where it takes me. The other part of that is I am getting in front of the camera. So I've never really done this side of it. I've been on the other side of the camera, behind the camera before. I've consulted on sort of how to be in front of the camera, but I've never done it myself and said, okay, it's my turn to get in front of the camera and probably make some videos. The other thing is, I've sort of like as a hobby, as an amateur, I've made music, but I've never really dived into that as like a whole thing that I want to do as like a, maybe not even something that sustains me monetarily, but something that sustains me holistically and spiritually. So that's part of what this is as well. So daily vlogs detailing that process. Right now we've got about 40-ish days. It's less now, which is actually really scary to think about, before I get out of here and I'm out in Europe. And so I've got to sort of figure everything out from now to then, and sort of what that looks like. So it's going to be a lot of scary moments, a lot of fun moments, in sort of all aspects of it. I'm not really like I'm very good at the corporate world, but I'm not in the corporate world anymore. Like that's sort of like the past. So it's just sort of like what happens now. Like what do I make of myself when I'm given the freedom and space to sort of do anything, right? So I think a large part of it is going to be about the holistic process of it. Like I really want to, I want to be a bard. So that sort of means like going out into the world and making music, sort of in my idea from like again, I'm going to use the word again, but holistic perspective, or holistic, just a holistic output, I guess. Not to be, one of those cheesy guys who's about to go backpack and, wants to get in touch with the people, but a little bit of that, you know what I mean? I want to see if I can get in touch with the people. I feel like there's sort of like an attitude of like everyone is exhausted and like really tired in the United States. And I want to see if there's people who still have energy and sort of like that thirst for everything, like every next step and every moment. Another part of it is just sort of like, can I make this a job? Like, can I turn this into like a travel, like, a bit of like a travel vlog, a bit of just sort of like a finding your path vlog, and I guess a coming of age, but what age, right? So I guess as I turn from 29 into 30, this will be sort of that. And then the last thing is just sort of like, I want the entire process to sort of be the journey. Like, I really like the idea of like, from making this beat, this one specifically I chose because I made every bit of it. I know it sounds crazy, but like there's no samples on here. I don't think. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm completely wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that this is something I made on a synth, and then I sang over it, put the drums on it, and all that stuff. So the next step for this, if this was a full video, when once I'm out traveling and all that, would be to put this in the background while I go travel and look for maybe like like an album cover or like a momentary scene that I could sit down with for like 3-4 minutes and record, and then that would be like sort of the background for the video. So that's the formula of sort of like what I hope to do. And then I've got a few other ideas, like really, I say really big to me ideas. But those will sort of materialize as we get closer and closer to like the actual dates of me being traveling, instead of sort of like what I'm calling like the I guess this is also like BTS footage, like behind the scenes stuff, because I don't think anyone will care about this until years and years down the line, maybe, right? Like, let's say I'm successful. We're going to say I'm going to be successful just because, you know, power of positivity and all that. But yeah, let's say, you know, at some point people do care about this. Then maybe this will be interesting to someone, or this will be inspiring to someone to sort of be able to see where I was and look back and see where I am right now, and sort of as an artist say like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit down and just make it happen and just sort of grind it out, and hope that it turns into something that's sustaining and that makes me feel good inside. So yeah, man, I feel like that's a pretty good episode. Like episode, I guess technically this is episode 2, because I titled the first one episode 0, which I'm sure I won't ever come to regret. I'm sure at some point I'll just forget and it won't matter because I'll just be on whatever the last one was. But right now it's a little annoying. I should just call it episode 1. But these are the things that we learn as we go, right? Alright, video's getting a little bit to the point where it's like long now, and I don't really want to continue talking about the same thing over and over again as I want to do. So yeah, thank you for listening to this one. Hopefully the title of this one will say something about like, this is the one to start with. Actually, no, seriously, because this is the one to actually start with if you're curious about what's going on here and what's about to happen. Got the music, it's got a little bit of everything. So thanks for coming to Romance and Banter episode 2, and we'll see what happens tomorrow, man. One more episode.